Alright, what's up guys? My name is Life, nickname Gitz, and today I'll be, casting the Fnatic versus Cloud9 Blue game for the first day. I can't even do anything without, okay. I'm sorry. I'll be casting the third game for the first day of Valorant Champions 2021. This is basically just Worlds for CSGO fans or League of Legends fans or Six Invitational for my Siege fans. If I even have any fans. Um, you see right now the players are coming out. We have Cloud9, of course, like I said, versus Fnatic. Now, I guess there's some things to kind of talk about when it comes down to both teams. And if you've watched the analyst desk, then well, you've seen the analyst desk. If you actually have watched it, I can't speak for crap, but if you haven't, you haven't. Get basically Fnatic hasn't played in a truly like worth playing like full on match right here, and I haven't played it for like 3 months. And the way how they even got into this tournament was kind of like it was not weird, but it was also not, I don't want to say clunky. Basically, the way how they got in was Fnatic was able to get a second place finish at the last major that we had. They weren't able to get any points from Challenger playoffs, which for Siege will be the regular season. Basically, Challenger playoffs is just a regular season where if you get first place or whatever, second place or whatever, you're able to then go to a major. So I don't know. Fnatic, I don't know. Like Fnatic for me is way more of a 50-50. I mean, Fnatic wasn't even able to go to, um, they didn't even qualify for Masters 3. You know, Masters Berlin. They never went to Masters Berlin. The only event they were able to go to was Masters 2, which was like I don't even know how to say the country's name, but uh, for I guess context, Sentinels won Masters 2, and then Gambit then won Masters 3. So I guess it's for that. First map we're gonna be going into is Icebox. Now, Icebox is a kind of interesting map, especially for Cloud9. Cloud9 has played it 2 times in the last Chips qualifiers. The way how were able to even get to the this major or worlds in the first place, and it's not a terrible map for them. It's not a garbage map for them. Cloud9 played version 1 in the first game of best of threes that they played in the LCQ, and they won it. They won Icebox. I have to actually kind of check how much. Yeah, uh, Cloud9 was able to win against version 1 on Icebox 13-9, and then against 100 Thieves 14-12, or they then lost against 100 Thieves 14-12. So they went to overtime. They lost 2 rounds that were then detrimental to their success on Icebox, but that's fine. So the Augur picks come in. We have 2 Jets, 2 Vipers, 2 Sovas, 2 Sages. But the thing is that Cloud9 is running a double duelist here. They're running both Jet and Raze. Whereas like Fnatic, they're running Killjoy, not Raze. So everyone else in the lineup is the same in terms of the operator lineups and the agents that are picked, but Raze and Killjoy is different. That's gonna bring something different. Cloud9 is not going to have the KJ utility, which is really good. Teams, especially teams, are able to know how to use the Killjoy all utility, and especially your ult to the fullest. The Killjoy can honestly be a menace. Like literally the only reason why she has that low limit, I guess, can say that the range thing with her gadgets, where if you if you get too far from the gadget, then disable its gadget. The only reason why it's like that is because if Killjoy never had that limitation, then Killjoy will probably be the most picked agent just ever, just straight up, just ever. Like it would be insane. Um, but of course, this is not much different. Cloud9 is one of those teams that I think around. I think it was Sentinels or 100 Thieves. I don't remember which team exactly, but um, C9 is one of those teams that would bring a KO. Now, KO, for those who don't know, is really not picked that much, and you can actually see the hosts right here. Riv and Ryan is going to go for Cloud9. Tom's going to go for Fnatic, and I don't blame any of them for picking C9 or Fnatic. I think it's just going to be a really good game. Group D, which is the group that we're now that I'm personally casting, is well, frankly, there's a lot of people think it's a group of death. A lot of people think it's going to be a really interesting group. You have Vision Strikers and Full Send that are the other teams that are in this group. Fnatic and Cloud9 being the next two, and to some extent, I'm very much interested. I'm very much interested when it comes down to this game. I think this is going to be a close game. Um, I don't think I don't know. I don't think that Cloud9 is terrible on this map. They're definitely not bad. They are actually really good. And I think we've seen Zeppa on that phase against 100 Thieves, which sure Cloud9 ultimately lost the game, the Icebox game against 100 Thieves. Um, 14-12, but they were able to go to overtime and they were able to win 12 different rounds, you know. So you kind of have to think about that. Players that I'm going to be personally watching is Vanity and Mitch. Now, the reason why is that Mitch before Vanity came in, and I believe it was a little bit before last chance qualifiers. The time when Mitch came in, he was the IGL and he was not doing great. But when Vanity came in as a new IGL for C9, Mitch, like the stress off Mitch's the weight on Mitch's shoulders were lifted, and now we just see him performing like really well. He's honestly one of the best Sentinel players in NA right now. But something that is going on right now that it could be a really good play is C9 kind of going for a rush. Fnatic is going to go for more of a flank here, but Zeta gets two players that are on the flank, Sickly, Sage, and Killjoy. There's a sheriff on Derek, so it's possible that he might be able to kill the Sova here, but not I don't know, maybe not too likely. They're both very low health, but Zeta he does see Derek first and he gets the 3K. Fnatic is on the retake, but they can't really do anything. With only like a few seconds left on the clock, or not even a few seconds left on the clock, with only one player left, Cloud9 is gonna swarm the last player and is able to kill all of them. Now, first round for Cloud9. 3K and going into Zero Zeta. Now that's not necessarily a bad route for Fnatic, sure. Um, they didn't kill anyone, but they did lower down a few players. Um, Zeta being one of those players along with Mitch. So you force a few of the Cloud9 players to then have to rebuy their shields, which isn't necessarily garbage. Along with the guns they would be taking, you have Zeta going at off for Vandal and Derek going for more of an aggressive peak. Everyone from Fnatic does have pistols, so they're on a half buy or just saving really on this round. But Zeta's able to find Derek first, like as before. First kill goes into favor of Cloud9, but so far it seems to be doing a very similar take to how they were before. But Fnatic is now more on site. Before in first round, Fnatic was more of was playing for more of a retake slash a flank, but Zeppa does find booster first a 5v3 in favor of Cloud9, and Cloud9 does seem to be able to take site and is able to play Mitch doing that for his team. Fnatic is trying to deny, but is unable to. A few of his shots go out, but Mitch ultimately kills Magnet. I want to kind of finish out my point here first, but first I'll finish off this round. It's weird. Leaf is going to be finding Mystic here, or maybe Mystic to me will find Leaf here. It doesn't really seem to know, but Mystic with a really nice jump to miss a few, to dodge a few Mystic shots, and then a really nice touch out from the Spectre. That's round in favor of Cloud9. These rounds really usually go fast, so I don't think there's much analyzation that I can really do here in a small time. But going off my point, if you lower down people, that's good enough because not only they're like, especially in the first round, that if you're able to at least lower a lot of people, you force them to buy shields because usually it would either that they won't do any shields or they would buy maybe light shields, maybe 1 2 players who will have light shields. If you're able to lower down those people, that is a good thing because you force them to buy those light shields. Waste I believe that 250 credits along with the guns they would then buy. We now have a technical pause. I'm not sure what's the problem here. I don't have sound, and I'm not in the studio. I'm literally just in my bedroom with like right next to me having some food and a drink. But um, do have a technical pause. But I guess something that we can say is that like a lot of people are assuming that Cloud9 is going to win this purely for the fact that Cloud9 had to fight for more in order for them to come here into this event compared to let's say Fnatic. And Fnatic hasn't really been looking that great. If I remember correctly, they finished between 5th and 8th place in the regular season of Valorant, and then the Red Bull Home Guide, I think it was called. A small event that was held by a Corsica company, Red Bull. They really did not perform that well. I think they won maybe one best of three, and then after that loss against Team Liquid. Um, and people are just kind of disappointed in Fnatic. A lot of people just don't think that Fnatic is going to be the sacrificial goal in this, along with maybe Full Sense. Um, that does not mean that Fnatic isn't necessarily a garbage team, because they aren't. They in fact aren't. And if Cloud9 does not play their cards right and is not smart with what they do, especially in Icebox, next map will be Split, and then the Decider being actually the newest map for Valorant Fracture. If if it goes to Fracture, none. I don't think Fnatic. I think Fnatic has maybe played this map once, so it's possible that if Fnatic is able to take C9 to Fracture, is a possibility that Fnatic will be able to win that map. Especially since C9, we haven't seen anything from C9, and sure, like the Cloud9 could easily maybe test Fracture, see if it's a map they can maybe play because they haven't baited out. They banned out Breeze and I believe Haven. The other maps Bind and um, I was going to say Icebox, but um, I can't speak for crap. My apologies. But now we're back, and it seems to. I mean, the players could have easily talked. The players could talk to each other when tactical policies or tech policies are coming out, but not the coaches. But that's a shock dart coming in, a very early shock dart coming in from I believe that would be Fnatic trying to get some damage onto C9. Unfortunately, it does not work. Belief will be almost taking out Derek here, who is the main jet player for Fnatic. But the first kill does go into Booster's favor, killing out Zeto. You kill that person that was really like pitiful in the last two rounds, but Mitch is still able to do it to take Slate and to plant. The plant is going to is able to go down, but everyone from the side of C9 does have Spectres and maybe a one Vandal on Zeppa, but everyone else has a Vandals and Phantoms. Which, speaking of which, Derek does get a kill onto Mitch. But Vanity right now is probably gonna try to take this gunfight with Magnet and I think that's Mystic right there. Yeah, Magnet is able to kill Zeppa. A 5v2 situation, but post play sure that Cloud9 is in a few headshots in favor of Leaf, but ultimately he is able to kill Mystic. A kind of aggressive play towards Magnet here, but Magnet is going to play a little more safe. Dama is diffusing, and with the stage wall kind of coming into favor of Fnatic, Doma playing the stage wall, Fnatic will be able to defuse, and that is a round in favor of Fnatic 2-1. Still in favor of Cloud9, of course, but that's a good thing from Fnatic. Fnatic really needed the first pick. The fact that that for the past, oh my god, I'm sorry, for the past two rounds that Cloud9 has lost the first pick, or not in Cloud9, my apologies. That Fnatic has lost the first pick. It kind of just made them detrimental because that's kind of how it is when it comes down to first person shooters in general when it comes down to esports. If you lose the first pick, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for you to retake. Of course, there's teams that could not care. Derek being one of those players that did not care about Lee's feelings and kills the top fragger, not currently, but just in general the top fragger for Cloud9. But everyone from Cloud9 is a fragger. Mitch is a fragger. We know this from the last year's qualifiers. Many clutches that he took, especially against 100 Thieves and even version one of you. Zeppa is the second entry. Vanity team leader, and then Zeta is Zeta. I mean, you literally just saw him literally murder everyone, like literally murder everyone, dude. It's actually insane. But C9 here is going to kind of stall out. 55 seconds left on the clock, and they don't really seem they're going to try push. They're going to try to play passive, let Fnatic come into their angles, and then kill them. But Vandy is actually towards B, finding enough, and it's possible that they might know this Fnatic. Um, a recon build does come out. He does get spotted. Derek does kill Zebba. That's two entries gone in 3v5 situation. But Mitch with the stage ball does help him to get the plant down, and even with a few shock darts coming in favor of Fnatic, uh, Mitch is still able to get the plant down, which is always a good thing. Vandy does rotate back to help his team. Or actually, no, that's Mystic. My apologies. And there's a few trades coming in, but the trades, but the all of the gunfights go into favor of Fnatic. It's 3v1, and Vandy's doing as much as he can to really just kind of deny it, but Mystic is near. He's trying to find the kill onto Vandy right here. The stage wall does go into favor of Fnatic, and Mystic getting the kill onto Vandy. Derek is going to be able to defuse, and that's a 2-2. The tactical pause coming in favor of Fnatic here, since Fnatic was able to kind of just talk and see well what they can do against Cloud9. Like I said, Fnatic hasn't been having a truly good season, like a really good season. It's kind of just been way terrible for them, but you can see right there. Sure, maybe it took them a little bit of time. They did lost 2 rounds. They lost the pistol round, and then they lost the second round afterwards. But the after tech pause, the third and fourth round, were of course able to win, and it seemed like they were able to win it way more confidently compared to, let's say, Cloud9, where I don't want to say that Cloud9 wasn't able to win the 2 rounds they won confidently, because they were able to, but ultimately they just Cloud9 was not able to clutch, especially when with Mitch dead, who to a lot of people are considered Mitch is considered to be the really big clutch factor for Cloud9 here, but it seems to be going for B push. The A push is kind of obsolete for them. But Magnet does get the kill onto Leaf, kind of a misplay there, or I guess the angle not being held by Leaf. It was kind of a guess there because Icebox is a lot of people have a problem with Icebox with the angles, but we talk about that later. Right now, Fnatic is just holding their angles and just trying to hold off the C9 push, but the the Viper wall comes out from the side of C9, and Vanity is trying to take the gunfight with Dirk, but ultimately does lose that. Mitch does have to revive and revives Leaf. Zeppa is going to be able to plant and but actually no. I think that's yeah, Magma from the set of Fnatic trying to deny the plant as long as possible for his team to then retake, or at least get into positions to retake way more easier, maybe go for a flank. Derek does have his knives out, and maybe a cheeky, no, nothing. Yeah, a cheeky peek from Derek. Booster also kills Zeta, and Zeba is gonna try to take the gunfight with Booster, but ultimately possibly not be able to win this. Yeah, Mitch is dead. Mystic is all of Fnatic is on the diffuser. One kill going in favor of Zeppa, but not much that Zeppa can really do here. He is trading bullets, or he is dodging bullets, but ultimately Fnatic was able to not only deny plant, or was not only to defuse the bomb, but Derek was also able to get the 3K. Derek here, he needed a few rounds to warm up, but ultimately he is able to come in and come in big for his team. He's been able to get the first pick for the past 3 rounds, and not only that, but also 3K Magnet. Um, a really nice shot from him. That it was a really good kill from Magnet right there. If he, I mean, like I said, first picks and call and not even Call of Duty, and first person shooters in general is very important. I do want to kind of look at the guns here because now Fnatic or Cloud9, my apologies, is more on the half buy. Leaf does have finding out of a stinger. You don't see the stinger too much after the nerf back. I think like 6, 9, 6, like 10 months ago, 11 months ago. We haven't really seen much stinger action, but Leaf does also have those knives out, and it seems to be more of an A push since no one from Fnatic seems to be near B, or that's what Cloud9 thinks. They're gonna try to plan, or at least try to hold off, see if they can get a kill into Fnatic. But Magnet does get the first kill into Zeppa. Plant is down. Leaf is gonna try to go into flank from into Kitchen, which it seems to be 2, 3 players, or at least one player in Kitchen right now. But like I said, well, I was going to say before, C9 is on a half by here. A quick operator, maybe operator kill from Derek, but no, Zeta does get the headshot with the revolver. Leaf also getting kill Mystic, but Magma is trying to trade out. Boozer also does that, but it ultimately it dies from Zeppa. It is a 2v1 situation, but the not only the ult from Leaf, but also the ult from Zeta is going to come in and it's going to completely deny the plant. That's a 3-3 in favor of, well, no teams, but the round is won by Cloud9, and they've just stopped the bleeding. Right there, you can see that was more of a I guess you can say a team favorite there. Even with the slow orb and coming in, and honestly, the slow orb really didn't do much. But you can see right there, Zeppa with the revolver, really nice shots. I mean, he's kind of known to have like to make these like really nice shots. With the revolver, but I was gonna say before that, C9 is on the half by, so it's possible that they can play way more aggressive, and they did play way more aggressive. They were trying to get the plant down, they were trying to get that plant money, but Derek, with the Vandal, is trying to play a little more aggressive. He does not see anyone from C9 below. It's possible that, yeah, C9 doesn't know where Derek is, and Leaf does get the first kill. Of course, Leaf is low, but he's not low enough to the point where he can't do anything. And there are still ults in favor of C9. Zeba having a rocket launcher, but Booster and Missy does also have their ults, Viper Pit and Sova. uh Arrow. I don't know. Respectfully, Hunter's Fury, of course, respectfully, but right now, I mean, you have Doma, and of course Booster that's on A, uh, Viper and Killjoy on B, or at least near mid. And it seems like the attack is going to go more in favor of A. But guess what? Well, Mitch is going to go for more of a mid take. It's possible that he might take a gunfight with Killjoy. He does, but Leaf is able to kill Booster. But not checking their corners. Doma does get a kill onto Leaf. Vandy does refrag. And, well, the site is taken by C9. And KJ and Viper now does rotate from the side of Fnatic. Magma is going to go up the stairs, and it's possible that he might maybe die here, maybe from Vanity, or maybe even Zeppa. But Mystic is going to go for more flank, or more come from the defender spawn. But because CNI does not know exactly where Magma is going to get, he's going to get a free kill on to, I think that's Vanity. He does not know that there's a race below, but now he does. Zeppa does get to get a headshot onto Magma, and now it's a 1 situation. Zeppa was able to get the last kill, and that's another round if you're a seed 9. You can kind of see, like, it's possible that now, because there's 3 rounds that went into favor of Fnatic, you might see Cloud9 do the same thing. And these, like, a lot of people may not think this, but these teams are to some extent evenly matched. Sure, C9 had to play way more. Like, they had to play way more hard, way, like, they had to be, like, really good. Like, they had to be, like, the best, basically, to be able to even qualify for this. Fnatic was able to kind of just chill out, and we and if I'm gonna come back to Siege, and I don't know how many people really pay attention to Siege esports here, but if I do come back to that, I mean NIP for instance, I mean NIP was able to win second place for the Sweden Major, but if you want to look at the not only the BR6 regular season, but also the Copa League, the NIP didn't really do too much. They did look pretty decent. They did look pretty good. But ultimately, Derek. I mean, if we want to talk about him, I mean, screw Ninjas Pajamas. Derek does look good. He is able to get the first shot, but a little bit of kind of a beat from Zeppa. He does get the shot off. But it's not able to hit. Booster does get the kill into Vandy. Booster is very low, but Zeppa and I mean the rest of Cloud9 is able to try to take sites. Zeta is planning Leafs. Does get a kill into Booster, and might be another kill going into favor of C9 if Doma is not able to get any kills. But so far, Magma is in kitchen and might be taken out by Leaf if he isn't able to be quick on the draw. But it doesn't really seem like they do know. C9 is going to try to waste as much time as possible, and it, all of Fnatic doesn't know where Leaf is, but he does get in the kill into Doma. He get a little bit damage onto Derek, but Derek ultimately does kill Leaf. Time is just ticking down, and Mystic is going for a flank from defender spawn. Magma does die to Zeppa. Mystic is able to refrag, but Zeppa is able to bring it back to 1v1. As enough time is wasted to the point where now, I mean, Zeppa can just rotate, can just retreat. Mystic has like 21 health, and he's just gonna try back off. Now 5, and that's round in favor of C9. 3 rounds in a row, and kind of, yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised if this is kind of a trend where certain teams will get a lead for maybe like 2, 3, 4 rounds, and then the opposite team that's in the deficit is gonna come back, bring it back, and just kind of say screw you. But both teams now, um, we're now in round 9, and that could be saying a lot of things, or going to be saying nothing because C9 could easily take the momentum they have built up so far and turn that into a map win. Or Fnatic could just come back. But it seems like Leaf is going to do a little bit more of a different strategy. Of course, Fnatic was kind of close to kind of clutching up the last push that Cloud9 did do. But fortunately, Cloud9 was able to waste more time. But we have an operator coming in favor of Derek. They do know where Leaf is, and the first kill is going to go into favor of Fnatic with the operator from Derek kills Vandy. That's your Viper gone, which is very important. But Booster does kill Zeppo. That's a 35 situation in favor of Fnatic. Now of 1v5, where we're missing a guy 2K, and Zeta is the only player left. He does have his shock darts and 5 seconds left for him to get his recon bow. He does see the legs of Doma, gets a few shots, does kill. He's able to kill Doma, but is unable to kill Magna. And I mean, that was a really quick round in favor of Fnatic right there. I don't want to say strategically that was bad from the side of Cloud9. They were trying to do something different. They were trying to go for a mid push, but you can see here Derek. I mean, with the operator, I mean, nice shots from him, and also Mystic also able to get into 2K not only on Leaf but also are getting kills not only on Mitch but also Leaf. I mean, right there, it kind of came down to players hitting their shots, and that's always how it is. But it's also just Fnatic reading Cloud Nine's attack or the possible attack they will be able to do. And I mean, right there now you have Leaf having the classic. He does have his knife, so that's something. And honestly, his knives can be in itself a gun. I mean, come on, we have all. All right, okay. No, I don't know if I'm gonna leave that. But, so basically, uh, okay, I completely lost my concentration. I was going to say that Derek keeping the operator is a really good thing, and also Leaf having the nice like I mean we have all seen Tense do something, and we've all seen Tense do something with the operator, which Derek is now doing. Mitch is able to get the plant down, and well, now I have to kind of do something for my family. But Booster does get the kill on lead. It's 5-0 situation in favor of C9, but now a 4v3. And the defender Killjoy, that's the only Killjoy you're gonna have, so that's gonna push all the players from Cloud9 away. Mitch is probably gonna get caught. Yeah, unfortunately, gonna get caught into this. And but luckily, Vandy does have the lineups. He's out here like that. But Doma, the lineups did miss, and Doma is going to be able to stick and defuse a few trades coming out. But ultimately, C9 is unable to win the round. And well, I mean, and what do you say? I wasn't even paying attention to that round. I'll just give me a second. Different, yeah, sure. Okay. Apologies, but either way, so now we're in 5-5, round 11, and the economy for C9 is not necessarily terrible, it's not also good. Zeta does have a bulldog, while Derek does have the operator. He doesn't miss on the operator shot, unfortunately, but I think he does also take some damage. But the ult coming in from C9 is not going to hit anyone because since Leaf dies, but Mitch is able to revive. Zeppa does kill Booster with a grenade. Derek killing Zeppa or refragging at least. And it's a 4v4 situation. Previously, it would have been a 5v4, but now it is a 5v4. Doma is able to res Booster. You can kind of see those Sage ults coming in really clutch. And now in C9, since they have wasted some time and is able to at least get maybe a kill or two, unfortunately, the damage has been undone, but they do rotate to B. The Viper wall is going to come up, but the Viper Molly from the side of C9 is going to, or Fnatic is going to come in. I think that is a also a Viper's Pit from yeah Mystic here from Fnatic. Mitch is able to get the plant down, leave getting a kill into Magma, and now we're in a post plant situation. Mystic does have control of Site to some extent, but it's unclear if Fnatic is going to be able to retake this. But there is Derek with knife. They're just going to try to go and try to take out Vandy. A few shots come in. He's unable to find any kills onto Vandy. He's able to damage, but not too much. Leaf does go in and try deny a plant, but missing a booster. And then Doma kills almost everyone from the side of C9. The C9 attack has been broken, and Fnatic or Derek in 3K is able to help his team not only win the round but also defuse. And that's kind of I want to say this right now. Derek keeping the operator for the past 3 rounds has been powerful. You see like the first picks that Derek is able to do, the aggressive plays, and even the more passive plays that Derek's able to do, like that for instance, like that's a little more aggressive compared to let's say like before. And then you got the kill, like sure it was a miss shot onto Zeppa, I think, but then he was able to kill Vandy, that like a guaranteed. And I think he eventually then killed Zeppa. Maybe he did kill Zeppa with that one shot. I'm not completely sure, but like you can see, like the operator, like with a good jet player, the operator it comes in clutch. Like you can do so many things with the operator. You can play aggressive, you can play passive, you can do a lot of things. Of course, you have to worry about you not hitting your first shot, but that's fine though. Cloud9 is gonna go for another A push. I don't know how fun that is. Booster does kill Leaf. Leaf kind of playing a little more aggressive there, kind of a misplay there. I don't think C9 should have went for A, but that is of course my opinion. Derek tries to shoot. I believe that is Mitch was unable to hit, and Cloud9 has taken state, but Fnatic is very 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 close, and with I mean, so much time. I mean, you're gonna break 1 minute down to now 45 seconds. Uh, And I mean, the main advantage is in favor of Fnatic, so they can easily retake. Not only since Leak died, but it's also that the utility that um, Fnatic has is way more higher, not only because of player count, but also just because of how much utility hasn't been used. Derek does get a kill into Mitch as a 5v3, and you can kind of see like this is kind of the weak point of Cloud9 here. Like they're able to plant, but they're unable to just kind of keep their hold. Fnatic being able to kill Zeppa, then the Zeta. Vandy is able to find one, but is unable to find the second. And I mean, right there, you can see. I mean, first half has gone by 7-5 in favor of Fnatic. Sure, that's not terrible. I mean, that's the best. Like that's good, right? Like sure you can say like a 6-6 would be better for both teams, but instead of a Fnatic, like you want a lead. Like you guaranteed want a lead against C9, right? Because if you were to give it the lead against C9, I mean we have seen sometimes that they have falter, but I mean it's possible that C9 can take the momentum they have taken from the first half if they were able to win a few more of their rounds, maybe go 7-5 or maybe go 7-5 in favor of them, or maybe 6-6 even. If they're able to keep the momentum, then it's possible that C9 will have a bigger chance of winning this. But unfortunately for the side of C9, they just weren't able to. And honestly, right there, it was just the first picks. Honestly, you need to focus on Derek right there. Like they weren't focused on Derek. They were focused on everyone from the side of Fnatic, which isn't necessarily garbage, but they didn't simply focus on Derek. And the reason why I'm saying they should have is, I mean, you need to take out that operator. You need to make sure that that operator player is gone. You need to guarantee that. You can see the kills come out. Mitch is he's going 30 and 10. He does have 7 assists. Um, but compared to let's say Mystic, who's going 5 and 8 and has 2 assists. I mean, honestly, like assists are great and everything, but you need like that player to kind of frag out. And so far, it's been Derek, Booster, and Magma that's been fragging out with Doma and Mystic coming in and kind of like diffusing a bomb and getting a few important kills. But I mean, so far, I mean, you maybe have 1, 2 players from the side of C9 that's fragging out, and that's kind of the bad thing about C9. That if you don't have certain players, like Lee, for instance, fragging out like heavily, like C9 to some extent in a way relies on Leaf to frag out. Which to be fair, every team kind of relies on their entry fraggers and their duelists, in this case Valorant, to kind of come in and to get these important frags. But when you consistently lose them with your entry, I don't know what maybe you can do. Maybe you can try to play more passive. Maybe Cloud9 maybe should have let C9 play into their angles, play more passive, just not try to play as too aggressive. But of course, you kind of have to set the momentum here. For the side of C9, they have to do that because now Fnatic has kind of half done that. And I mean, Fnatic. I mean, this is a good map for Fnatic. Same with C9, but people think that Fnatic is going to win this, and I think a lot of people don't think Fnatic is going to win this map, or even this in series in general, just purely for the fact that C9 uh, it looks better. They've looked better. They have played way more matches. They've learned from their mistakes from LCQ, most likely, and from previous regular seasons. To not only come to the LCQ and improve, but also from the mix they have made in the LCQ, they have maybe, I'm assuming, improve on that part, and then kind of just try to figure out what they want to do. And Cloud9 has kind of been that team that's kind of been mixed. Of course, he had IGL problems. Mitch being in IGL for a while, but him just not really performing too well. And then you have Vandy, who's a really good IGL, not only mechanically but also just Vandy is a really good IGL. But Boozer is also the IGL for Fnatic is a really good IGL himself. But 1:15 and left in the clock. Leaf is able to get to the kill into Doma. That's your Sage gone, which I mean it's possible that the heals haven't been used. So that's great. Leaf is able to get a kill into Derek, but Boozer does fine too. Mitch is able to refrag one. The same thing with Vandy, and that's round in favor of C9. Right there, you can see that C9 just kind of played a little more aggressive. They played for a B push there. Or actually, no, apologies, Fnatic. Fnatic tried to go and they try to play B right there. And they tried to like center the tempo of that round, but Cloud9 ultimately was able to kind of predict it in a way and have Fnatic just kind of come into their sight for C9 to then be able to overwhelm them and has forced Fnatic to possibly take so many gunfights and have to worry about so many angles to where it kind of just freaks them out. They made the wrong decision, and then Cloud9 was able to capitalize on it and kill everyone from side of Fnatic, and they were able to do that. Yeah, Spectres and so Ghost is coming in favor of C9, and Zebo tried to play a little more aggressive there, but was able to take up the recon bow from Booster. That's all the utility from Booster gone, at least for until the recon dart eventually that does come. But before Fnatic seems to they didn't want to do for a push, but they probably think that hey, okay, we probably wasted a little bit of time. Maybe utility. I don't think C9 has wasted some utility on A in terms of actively using the utility, but. They do know the rotate. Zeta does make a call, and it's possible that C9 does know that there's a full rotation in favor of going to B from the side of Fnatic, but it's also possible that I mean, hey, maybe they just don't want to, but the call does come out, the Viper wall does go up, and it does kind of stop C9 Fnatic a little bit. But of course, they do keep moving. There's still two players on A just in case that Fnatic does rotate to A. Again, but then Leaf is near B. He's near diffuse default plan, and it's possible that I mean, with this, he's able to kind of come in, but no, everyone from Fnatic just kind of surrounds him. Magnus is able to get one. Vanity does trade. Derek does get one. Shakhtar does come in, but it isn't able to hit anyone. Derek and Mystic are so low. The plan does go down, but Zeppa is able to kill Mystic. Derek does get a revive from or get a heal from Doma, but ultimately, I mean, Derek is still very low, 1 2 bullets away from being killed. The Viper the stage wall is going to come out. Zeppa is going to be able to defuse. Zeta going to Booster trying to refract, and it's 1v1 situation. Mitch versus Booster, the former IGL of C9 or the current IGL of current Fnatic. The ult does come out, and one shot does go out, but Booster is unable to hit the target. They do know where Mystic is, but both Mystic and Booster does get has Spectres, but Mitch is able to fake the defuse and is able to get the kill into Booster. He ultimately does defuse, and that's a round in favor of C9. That is a really good round. That's a must-win round right there. And you can see like Mitch just clutching like that. We need that. Like we desperately C9 desperately needs Mitch to kind of stay here and to be that clutch factor, that to be that player that ultimately at the end of the day kills just murders people on the retakes. But I will say that it was a really good thing from the side of Fnatic. Of course, you can say that maybe Booster was playing a little bit too aggressive. It's possible that Booster in that situation thought um, that Mitch was making the wrong play and he was just like holding the fuse and then he tried peek to get the free kill, but ultimately Mitch wasn't holding the fuse and Booster then dies and that's fine. But you can actually see here Leaf going for a little more aggressive play, similar to how Zeta does, trying to take out some utility from the set of Fnatic, try like force Fnatic to really think like, okay, do you really want to come here and deal with us, or do you want to maybe go to B where you might have a better chance, might have a better chance of actually winning this round. Because the round is even now, and whatever team that wins this, I mean, not only the economy can be broken for both teams, but it's also that this is gonna be a momentum shift. Of course, Derek does try to take an effort with Leaf, but is unable to get any shot onto Leaf. Though Derek is very low, he does get the heal from Sage. The KJ drone or turn does come out, and right now, Fnatic seems to go for at least majority of their players onto A. Mystic is able to get the first pick, but C9 is able to refract with 3 kills, in fact, actually. And the attack of Fnatic has basically broken. I thought this seemed to be more of a defender side of the map, and I'm seeing Steam, and I haven't watched matches that defense have purely won. Leaf does get the last kill. Mystic is able to kill at least one player, aka Leaf, and I mean, it's not necessarily bad from the side of Fnatic because you're able to kill 2 people and lower. I think that was mentioned, maybe Vandy a little bit. Um, for sure, Fnatic has lost all of their gunfights and they lost all their players, but ultimately at the end of the day, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing from the side of Fnatic that they at least kill 2 people. That it forces the economy coming out from. It forces more money needing to be used to kind of have a full buy from the side of C9. So that's a good thing. Fnatic does seem to go for more of an A push. That is going to try to play a little more aggressive. Take out the recon bow, that's fine. But Leaf it does go for more of an aggressive play onto Garage here. Doma might needs to take a gunfight with both Leaf and Vandy here. But now Doma's going to try to be a little more passive. There is a half buy coming out from the side of Fnatic here, and I mean that's a good thing. Booster might have to take this gun for with Leaf, but now so far, I mean Fnatic is going to try a little more aggressive, but a little peek coming out from Booster, and they do know that Leaf is at least near Garage, so they will then rotate to either A or two players going mid. They might try to flank defender spawn here, which is a good thing. But Zeta does get a few shots onto Mystic, and I think that is yeah, that was Mystic and Doma. Mystic does die, and same with Doma. But Mystic does get the first pick in favor of Fnatic, but it did, like I said, does get traded out. Magma is able to trade back into a 3-3, and Booster is able to play onto A. Everyone from the side of C9 that was protecting A is of course dead, and now C9 is forced to retake. There's one on Rafters. They might not know that, but the dart does come out. The kind of bad timing from Booster. Booster, because he's low health and he's against a C9 a player with a Vandal, dies. Derek is able to get the free frag. Leaf does come up behind Magman and is able to kill him. Now in the 2v1 situation, Derek, he's able to do something. He does hear the defuse. He does get the kill into Vandy, the hit fire, but ultimately Leaf does get the kill into Derek, not knowing or Derek not knowing where Leaf is. And I mean, honestly, he has a Marshall. I mean, if he was able to get the headshot onto Leaf, sure, but ultimately Leaf was able to get the he ultimately does have the better positioning and also the better gun, so he was able to get a frag. Leaf does have an operator, which is a good thing. Leaf does also have his knives, which is something, and um, I think that's always something that we kind of have to consider in the terms of I guess you could say of gadgets or just ults, but you can kind of see C9 and Fnatic is like it's a back and forth. It's a constant back and forth. But if you actually want to look at the economy, uh, they're on the half buy. They're on like more of a half, like a 75% buy, I would say, for a set of Fnatic. There does have that specter. Everyone else has phantoms or vandals, but you have Leaf that has is like completely broke. He has literally no money. Mitch is able to get the first pick, but Doma is able to refract. Doma, I believe, does have the diffuser, and Mystic is able to take Kitchen. She's able to surprise Zeta and able to kill him, and also A is just or B completely is just taken. The remaining C9 players now have to retreat or have to then retake. With the shock dart coming in from Zeta, they might know where Zeta might be. Fnatic at least, or Fnatic might know where Zeta is, and now the plane comes in. Leaf is trying to deny it with the lead with his knives, and unfortunately, Derek was the one who had the diffuser and was able to do something. Derek being able to get the kill onto Zeta, then also Leaf 2 kills in the hero Derek, and this seems to be a Fnatic round completely. Vandy has a spectre. He might be able to do he might be able to get 1-2 players killed here. Cynically, uh, Mystic, but Mystic says no to that and kills Vandy, and that's a round in favor of Fnatic. But 8-9 still people think that this was going to be a really close game. This is going to be a really close series. And I mean, first map, and we're going 8-9. Of course, things can change, and Fnatic can take the next like 4 rounds, 5 rounds. I think it requires for them to win this map. And you can see right there, Derek getting 2 kills. That was really important there. He did not get the kills into Leaf, and I believe that was was gonna say Mitch Zeta. There you go. If you did not get those kills into Zeta and Leaf, like it's possible that Fnatic might have now been able to easily win that round. But Leaf playing with a shorty here is unable to get any kills into Derry. That's a really aggressive play on from Leaf, and unfortunately, he just wasn't able to do anything. A really like scuffed by in favor of C9. Derek is able to kill Vandy, but Zeta does get the refrag. A 4v3 situation in favor of Fnatic, of course, but Zay is able to kill one. Doma and Booster is able to kill one player themselves, and now in the 3v1 situation, Zeta's going to try to play aggressive, so he can get a kill or two, but Doma has the AR, has better positioning, and also has a T-Bags, and that's around in favor of Fnatic. 9-9, and you can kind of see there's a constant back and forth, and there's not much what we can really do here. Derek is going 12-11. That's a really good thing. You want your jet to frag out straight up. Now that's not to say that Leaf isn't doing something, but the Leaf is of course doing something. But I mean, looking at I guess some statistics. I mean, from the analyst does, of course, that the analyst has shown. I think Derek's actually one of the better jet player here. I mean, at least for the map, it seems to be that way. They're just having the operator, and everyone from the side of, I mean, everyone has at least a Phantom or a Vandal. But I think C9, I mean, if they lose this round, I mean, it's possible that they might not be able to do anything. And that's lineup going out from Booster there, and I mean, what else can I really say? Doma does take a lot of damage, but it does use her heal. 40 seconds out, 35 seconds now actually. But Fnatic here, you can see they're trying to do an A push, but they are playing a little more aggressive, or not aggressive. My apologies. They are playing a little more passive, just trying to chill. But C9, they might try to read this into maybe them faking, or at least them doing a full A push, and knowing the possibility of that. They rotate Leaf here. Shark darts come out. Along with Doma having the wall, they're just gonna kill into Zeppa, and Plant does go down, but Zep does get a kill onto Doma luckily. So 44 situation, the ult from C9, someone's ult is wasted or is used up, so not much they can do. And I actually know the diffuser is not planning. I actually never even knew that. Booster does start planning, but I think the plan is diffuse now. Derek is able to kill Mitch. And in the 4v3 situation, I mean, you can see Fnatic's been able to keep the round or the man advantage in favor of themselves, but C9 right there was able to dedicate themselves to fully denying the plan right there. 13 seconds left on the clock. Booster does get 2 kills, and in the 4v1 situation, I mean, Magma needs to plant right here, right now. Booster is near. He has low health. Derek is near with the operator. He doesn't know where Bruce Zeta is. He's able to find the kill. And there's 3K in favor of Derek. Derek is getting a bunch of like 2K, 3Ks. Like you can see, Derek is having massive impact onto these rounds. And Leaf, I mean, to be fair, Leaf it does have a decent amount of impact, but you can see Cloud9 is just playing a little more passive, and Fnatic kind of reading into that. They kind of were like, okay, you either push us or we push you, and we kill you regardless of the point. But Cloud9 was just like, yeah, no, screw you. Uh, we're gonna do our own thing. We're gonna play a little more passive, and then we're gonna force you to plant, but then we're gonna deny the plant. And they were able to do that perfectly. That's something that I will say right now. C9 was able to perfectly deny the plant, but I mean, ultimately C9 was not able to win the gunfights, and it's just kind of just unfortunate from this other team. And of course, C9 is of course coming in as one of the more weaker teams. Zeta is going to kill into Booster. Doma refrag him, but guess what? Doma has a revive. 5v4 situation in favor of Fnatic, and I mean, you kind of wasted Zeta's life like for no reason at this point. It's kind of not necessarily a bad play because they probably didn't know, but it's kind of just really much unfortunate. Leave us have the Marshall, and when you have a jet player, like a really good jet player, as good as a Leaf on the Marshall, it's gonna get really hectic. One shot does go out. It does hit Booster. He is not dead, but he is still alive. Half eye coming out from C9. I should have called that earlier. But Derek does get a kill into the Leaf. This might be a start to another 3K because Derek, for some reason, is just getting a bunch of like 2Ks and 3Ks. It seems like Derek at least is having at least impact on the round, no matter if it's C9 knowing there's an operator and them having to kind of like, kind of like uh, either deal with it or just kind of like okay avoid it or just Zeta or Derek just fall up just getting the kills. The ball's gonna come out from Doma along with the plane. Zeta is gonna able to get a kill into Magma, but Derek does ultimately refrag 2 kills for him. And in the 2v4 situation, I mean, there's not much that the C9 can do. They're on a half by. Vandy then now has to rotate all the way to A, but Mystic is waiting for the rotate from Vandy. Does get the kill, and that is an I mean, I'm pretty sure not 2K in favor of Derek. Literally, this is the first map. We have like 4 different, like, I think like 3Ks, 4Ks, or 3Ks and 2Ks coming out in the favor of like Derek. It's completely insane. I kind of want to say C9 so far. I mean, a lot of people probably predicted that C9 would win this, but well, guess what? Fnatic does have the lead. Of course, C9 could come back, but I don't know. I think Fnatic does have the momentum here, but C9 could of course come back. All of C9 does have Phantoms and Vandals, and as long as Derek has an operator, that blasted operator, there's not much that C9 is going to be able to do because Derek's going to continuously hit those shots and just ultimately say screw you to the side of C9. The Killjoy ult does come in favor of Fnatic. It seems to be more either a fake A take or no, actually full A push. Actually, finding enough, and Doma's gonna be able to plant onto a tower here. C9 needing to retake. Leaf is able to get the first kill onto Doma, which is good, but you still have Derek to worry about, and all the other players from the side of Fnatic. Booster, I mean, he doesn't have anything, but he does have that recombo now. Mystic having that Viper pit, which I mean lineups are lineups, boys, ladies and gents. I mean it's crazy, but the Viper wall does coming into favor of Cloud9. Booster's able to get one kill onto Leaf, but there is a complete trade in favor of Fnatic, of course. But Mitch is able to ultimately defuse C9. Sacrificing themselves, all the C9 players that die sacrifice themselves to allow Mystic to not only, or not Mystic, my apologies, to Mitch, not only to defuse, but also I think able to get a kill. And that's around if you're a C9. That's a really good thing from C9. That's around that C9 needs in order to stop the bleeding, to stop the kind of that advance, that push, the I want to say the Russian push, the blitz, the blitz curve. I forgot the word, uh, but you know what I mean. No, it was the Blitzkrieg. There it goes. It was Germany, not Russia. But something that I will be correct on, not in history, but actually what's going on right now. Fnatic has a timeout, and this is a really good time for Fnatic to call this because you're 2 rounds away from victory, but now Cloud9 is 2 rounds. Is also 2 rounds away from something else, which is overtime. And if Cloud9 is able to get into overtime, now of course Cloud9 doesn't have a huge history of going to overtime. I mean, they went to overtime a lot, but ultimately, I'll actually check here. I do remember them winning an overtime game against Rise here. Yeah, they were able to win a overtime game against Rise. They were also then able to lose a overtime game against Rise as well. Ascend C9 being able to win in overtime, and then Breeze C9 losing to Rise in overtime for six. But I guess we don't really want to talk about, do we? Um, I mean, me just kind of looking at it, C9 has an okay history of winning overtimes, but it seems to be more on Ascent, and Ascent is not being played here. Ascent it's banned. I'm pretty sure actually Cloud9, funny enough, banned it themselves. So there's not a huge history, and the other two maps that C9 played that they have overtime on is I believe Breeze, but I'll say the other map later on. But Leaf, something that I could say gets the kill as a booster. That's a really huge pick. I mean, come on now. I mean, the you have your IDL is dead and Sova is dead. All that utility is dead. You know, the lineups you could possibly have. I don't think the recombo or even the drone was even able to be used. That's a really aggressive peak from Leaf there, and it ultimately pays off. But Derek still has that operator. He does also have the spike, so he has to maybe play a little more passive now because he does have the spike. He doesn't want to give that spike over to C9, but the main advantage is in favor of C9. And you can kind of see like this constant back and forth. C9 has the main advantage, and a few rounds afterwards, Fnatic starts to come back, and then they have the main advantage. And then Fnatic will, or then C9 will then start coming back, then either clutching or having the main advantage. Either or situation, and then having the, and then because they have the main advantage, then them turning that into the round win. But the Sage Wall does come out along with the Viper Molly. Uh, and all this different utilities coming out. But Magma is going for a, oh my god, he's going for a flank from mid, but he is unable to hit his shots. Mystic and Derek coming up for his teammate. Mitch able to get a refrag, but that's huge from Magma because he could have easily killed a player. He could have easily killed. I think that was Zeppa right there, and I mean, ultimately. Fnatic was able to get the kills, but that was just really terrible from the side of Magma. It seems like maybe it will continue. He's unable to get the kills onto Zeba. Actually, never mind. He's able to get the kill onto Zeba right there. Or I meant the shots. My apologies. Mitch is able to get one. Doma get refrags. Leaf is able to get Doma there. And 2v1 situation. Mitch is starting to defuse. And the Molly might not come out. Yeah, the Molly will not come out in favor of Fnatic. And that is a round win in favor of C9. You're 2 rounds away from the for now. Both sides are 2 rounds away from winning this map. They're also, but both teams are 1 round away from making it to overtime. So if Fnatic wins this next round and then C9, that's overtime right there. You have to go to overtime right there. And honestly, despite the guns coming out in favor of Fnatic, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a constant back and forth. There's a reason why both these teams are now 11-11 on the first goddamn map. That's why now both these teams are going all out. So you can see that. Um, C9 does have Vandy with that Spectre. There still does has a operator. Everyone else has either Phantoms or Vandals, and also this full shoots coming out. So, or actually no, Zeppa actually has low half shields, and Zeppa does take a little bit of damage. I think that's from either the Viper Molly. I'm not completely sure, but it seems that C9 is going to try to hold B a little more aggressively. They're going to try to take Garage. Maybe they're going to try to take the Garage. I mean, he has a Spectre. He does have full shields, but he still does have that Spectre. It's not like people can't frag out that Spectre against Phantoms or Vandals. It's less likely, though. But C9 is able to take that push and is able to kind of just waste a decent amount of time, just in case, or is able to hold that ground. Vanity does actually use his Viper ult on Garage for B. I don't think that's actually a really smart thing from him. Doma is planning on A. You still have Mystic holding mid, which is something consistent. Zeppa does see player, I think it's basically Booster. Yeah, Booster is able to kill Zeppa, but Zeppa does get the refract. Doma is able to revive, but that doesn't really matter because Leaf is near. The plane is down, and C9 now has to retake, but the Molly is coming out trying to waste as much time as possible for Fnatic to get this around win. Not only just based off time, but maybe off kills. Doma does get a kill into Leaf. Magma able to kill not only Zeta, but also Mitch. 1v4 situation in favor of Fnatic, 4v1, and Vandy, the only thing he can really do now is just kind of just kill as many people as he can. Doma does get the kill though, and that's a round favor in Fnatic. Fnatic is one more round away from winning this game, but C9 is also one round away from making it towards overtime, and they have way more of a chance to take this round or take this entire map series. You can see right there, Magma getting 2 kills. That was really important. You got the kill on Zeta and Mitch, who Mitch is a clutch player, and we've already seen in this map he's clutched one round that could be very pivotal or it could be really important to either C9's success or even Fnatic's success. And I'm saying success broadly or not broadly, lightly when it comes down to Fnatic, because ultimately, if Fnatic is able to win this one round, it will be 13-11. Magma does get the kill onto Leaf. Zeppa might try to get the refract, but now he's going to try to play a little more aggressive. Um, uh, Fnatic is going to go for more of a B push. Doma does help get the wall. Does get the wall open, and now the plant is down in favor of Fnatic. Magma is probably going to try and swing Zeta here, but the swing does come out. But Zeta is able to get the first pick. The Viper I think the smoke and the pit the mollies does come out, but all the mollies come out. All the time wasting utility and all the molotovs comes out. But the Viper wall is trying to help in C9's favor. Derek does get a kill onto Mitch, and now Zeta's trying to play aggressive. He's trying to get a kill. He does get a kill onto Zeta, but Vandy with the Bucky. We haven't seen Vandy. We have seen Vandy with a Bucky a lot. Does get a kill onto Derek. Same thing with Zeppa killing Doma. And now the 2v2 situation. Vandy is defusing, but Booster does ultimately get the kill, and Mystic is able to get the kill onto Vandy, and that is a match in favor of Fnatic. 13-11, Fnatic was able to win Icebox. That is the first map of the series, but that, like I said before, is the first. You can see they're very excited, they're very happy. The mood is in favor of Fnatic here, and I mean, just really good stuff from both teams. It was really close. It was not like C9 just kind of just laid down and just kind of got messed up. You know, it was not really like that. But something that I kind of want to see them do more in going into the second map, I believe, is split is just don't just how do I even say this? You need to win these clutches. I'm sorry, like you need you not even clutches. I actually focus on that. You need to kill Derek. You need to murk him. All right, like you need to make sure that he's gone from the equation. All right, and sure, in that round, Derek was killed. Sure, but Derek is also able to get one pick onto player of C9, and that in itself is really important because if Derek won 1-1. That's a good thing. Derek was able to get 1-1, but not only that, he was also able to gain enough ground for his team to feel comfortable. For Fnatic to feel comfortable to plant the diffuser that ultimately helped them win the game. Really good stuff from both teams, but ultimately Fnatic was able to bring it out at the end. Like I said, Derek just needed to die. I honestly C9 was just never able to kill Derek, and I hope they're able to do it next game. I'll see you guys next map, and for you guys, it'll probably be in like I don't know, like 3, to I don't know. This is weird.